Here are my top 5 tips for endless trials. Have you ever been a few nights in, or even your first night? You see your favorite weapon, easy waves, and the perk you need so bad, but it's paired with the worst perk? Imagine you're going for a unit build. You need commander mode, but it pairs with expensive melee units, and you despise expensive units. You can deselect the perk you don't want, and only take the one that you want. If, in the first few stages, you find yourself having picked up a lot of perks that deal with the king's damage and giving you more health, try to keep an eye out for similar perks in the future. Alternatively, pick generalist perks at the start, increased melee damage or range damage, and keep your options open for specializing into units or king damage later on. Just try and stick with something and grow into a really strong, big snowball of damage. Whether while choosing your perks and weapons, or when you're loaded into the game using the escape menu, look to see what types of enemies are coming to get you. Are there lots of spiders? Hunters and explosive farms are going to be helpful for that. They will target the economic buildings. The explosive farms will get them all in one shot. Are there a lot of siege units? Berserkers and fire archers are going to be your best friends for those. If it's a bit of everything, try to vary your troops. Get some knights to defend against ranged units, explosive farms for economic-focused enemies, longbowmen for humanoids. Get what best counters the enemies in the hardest waves. If the first few waves have spiders, but the last few waves have a lot of flying units, choose your defenses mostly for those harder waves. In the early stages, there are only a few waves of enemies, and it's completely fine to mostly ignore economic buildings, get a farm or two, and focus on towers and units. But as you make your way towards stages 5, 6, 7, and above, the number of waves you face will be increasing. You really need to plan ahead. Get your farms, get some scaling economy like harbors, get the mines for big boosts when you need them. But you still can't forget about your defenses, in which case, you might need to do a little bit of this next tip. You need to be able to kite the enemies, and ideally more than one. A horde of ogres coming towards your one tower, swoop in and give them a smack. They'll chase you. Now do that with as many as you can and keep them distracted, letting your few defenses slowly whittle them away. And remember, if you haven't hit one in a while, they will lose interest in you. So you need to make sure that you keep hitting them. Keep them interested in you so that they won't turn and target your tower. If they do lose interest in you, just try to get their attention again before they destroy the tower. Now I'm sure people have read about what the perks do, and what the upgrades do. They're right there when you're picking them. But what about reading the information about the enemies? You kinda have to go out of your way to find that. And specifically about the ghost. If ghosts are ever something challenging for you, maybe you pick specifically units early on as your sole defense. Remember that ghosts take reduced damage from units and yourself, but they take bonus damage from towers. If you're a beginner at Endless Trials, or just trying to get those achievements for surviving 7 stages, hopefully some of these tips have been helpful. If you found any of these helpful, or have any useful tips yourself, share in the comments. If there's any specific video you'd like to see for Thronefall, let me know and I'll try to get it done. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.